For the next 24 hours, I am eating my way through the alphabet. My first food item will start with A, my last will start with Z. This will create some very strange and unbalanced meals which, spoiler alert, my body was not ready for. I'm doing this because I enjoy trends that no one cares about anymore. So let's get started.
So my plan is to have whatever I can have at home first. When I run out of things, I'm gonna go to the shop. Breakfast feels quite easy. Got a plan? Yeah, I've got a plan.
I started this challenge at 8 AM where my breakfast consisted of A for almonds, B for banana and C for croissant. And yes, I am aware there are only 4 almonds. I thought I had more, but apparently not. But the sheer amount of food I'm going to be eating throughout this whole day, I figured it was okay.
And also for C, so I can have one, you gotta have a coffee.
I wanted more than just 3 things on the plate though. Getting through as many as I could at breakfast was going to be crucial to getting this done within 24 hours.
What about D? It's not a good idea. I'm not that desperate just yet.
I decided that for this challenge I was going to completely wing it. That means no lists, no forward planning, just see where the day takes me and see what happens. Unfortunately, this did result in quite a few mind blanks.
Seriously, D. What begins with D? I don't know. I'm looking in my cupboards and I don't know. Donuts? Could we go and get a donut? A Danish? It's not going to be easy, this, is it? If I'm stuck on D.
I decided to check out my fridge, but unfortunately the only thing that stuck out was this jar.
Good work, but then I don't know.
Either way, I started eating my surprisingly balanced breakfast whilst I contemplated how to proceed. I had to eat it in order though, so it was almonds.
I know there's only 4 of these, but it still counts.
Followed by banana, followed by my croissant and coffee.
Parts of this challenge are gonna be really good. Other parts I feel are gonna break me.
D was still going through my mind.
You're quite alright there. Every morning. Every morning.
So I decided to get ready for the day and screw it. I had the Dijon mustard.
We're gonna do it. Saves me spending more money as well. This is gonna kill me. We'll do an actual teaspoon of it, but at least it's D. Thank you. Oh God. That was a bad idea.
So after breakfast and my first meal, we'd managed 4 items: almonds, banana, croissant and Dijon mustard. Remove the Dijon and that's a pretty good spread.
I'm already worried about X and Z. Zucchini, obviously we call it a courgette. Do I allow myself the Americanisms? I don't know. I'll work that out. But X. How do you do for X? Little time. Hopefully they've got some things in that we can get.
The plan was simple: buy the next 6 or 7 items to save myself constant trips out of the house. And for those of you who need a reminder of the alphabet, after D we have E, F, G, H and I.
I was very much hoping to get like pre-made eggs here, because I'm lazy. Sadly none. We're just gonna have a look around as well, see if I can find things with some of the more confusing letters.
I grabbed a naan for N, consulted the bakery which had nothing of note.
Nothing here begins with E. Genuinely, this challenge is way harder than I feel like a lot of people have made it out to be. I'm struggling. Not gonna lie, I'm struggling.
And it's true, I've seen some people do these challenges where they have fully planned, where they've fully gone into it, making lists, prepping in advance before they started. Doing something like this, not having an idea where it will take you, that's the fun, that's the adventure, that's probably what will blow up in my face later.
Guess I'm making eggs. Worst things in life, isn't there?
The benefits of having a fiance, who at the time of you guys watching is now my wife. She puts on the water for you while you go to the shop. In popped my egg, out popped my egg, I peeled my egg, and I ate my egg.
Oh, that's hot. Oh my God. Tasty though.
That adds egg to the totals for the day, 5 items down. And that's all I had managed before I had to begin work for the day, which honestly was a tricky thing for me this week. My mind was elsewhere, which meant daydreaming and filming my piranha plant for no real reason.
It's 11 o'clock and I'm only on F. 3 hours in. I think we just need to eat, and eat a bit more.
My next glorious meal I put together consisted of F for fish fingers, G for grapes, and H for ham. A bit of an odd plate of food, but it didn't not make sense. What was more confusing to my taste buds was having to eat the grapes before the ham, but I had to do what I had to do.
Annoyingly, you've got to eat them in order, otherwise you could have wrapped the ham in the fish fingers. I mean, that would be odd, but could work.
I had 2 fish fingers here because I had to up the portion sizes if I was going to make the challenge even more challenging. If I had just had a little nibble of each and everything, then, you know, it doesn't feel like it would really be too hard and too much of a challenge, so let's make it a little bit harder for myself. Yeah, why not?
Great snack for the summer. Take your grapes, put them in the freezer. Once they're frozen, they're like little sorbet balls. Really, really good. Try it. You won't regret it. I like these little plates of 3. Easy to get through. Good. 3 is a magic number after all. And for H, I've just got 2 slices of ham.
I looked ecstatic to eat this, but surely some more exciting things were to come.
I was an easy one. Ice cube. It's quite a big ice cube. It's too cold. That was just a really dumb, silly little bit that I was doing that wasn't funny at all.
Not a good idea, but I'll tell you what is a good idea. Incredible insights, irresistible ideas, and immense inspiration incoming. If intrigued, I invite you to instantly interact. Initiate a subscribe. That was a mouthful. The ice cube, of course, didn't count, but I had something else beginning with I.
It's not much better, mind. Iceberg lettuce. The one thing I haven't defined is how much of something I need to eat in order it to count. I had like, what, 4 almonds, but that's because that's all the almonds I had. We'll have half a bag of this, maybe. Wait, is half a bag ambitious? A bit of the bag. We'll have a bit of the bag. Oh, I like lettuce, but by itself, this is actually so depressing.
J was for jam, jelly, jello, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are in the world. But it's jam, let's be honest.
Look, you might be saying, Sam, you're having condiments and things doesn't really count. Like, that counts. Look at it. That's sustenance. This is something that counts. It's just fruit and sugar. I'll have 3 spoonsful, just to keep you lot happy. I feel like I've sunk a new low. I promise it'll get more interesting.
So adding to our ongoing list was now fish fingers, grapes, ham, iceberg lettuce, and jam. And I felt like I was chipping away at things quite nicely, considering it was only just
lunchtime. For my next trick, I'm going to eat a lot of fruit, starting with K and a kiwi. You know what? We're all for experimentation on this channel. We're going to eat the fur. Why? It's just chewy. Just eat the nice bit. I mean, the texture, not as bad as I would have thought.
Seriously, who eats the skin on a kiwi? Like, genuinely, I'm curious as to why. Like, not just because I'm curious, but also because I am quite concerned for you.
I suppose it is less wastage. Apparently it's good for you. I had limes at home from having a margarita. I have never eaten lime, only squeezed it. So, this should be fun.
It was not fun.
Ooh. Oh God, that is sour. That is really sour. No. I see why we don't do this. Oh, that doesn't feel like it's sitting well. Persevere. It's not just have a piece of lime, let's have a lime. Oh, the last piece is the biggest one. Oh, don't ever do that.
I'm assuming lemons are worse, but eating a lime? Not something I would recommend.
I've got a mango. Mango's good.
Mango was incredible, something I don't eat anywhere near as often as I should, and I vowed to myself I would both eat and cook with mango a lot more. And when I say cook, I mean like little mango salsa on the side of a fish dish, you know, maybe a bit of onion, maybe a bit of chilli in there. Oh, that does sound good, doesn't it?
After that, we're exactly halfway done. It's 1:10. See? 1:10. So, 13 more items. I've actually got an idea on Z now. couple of you have given me some good ideas on Instagram.
Which is a point, you know. We do a fair few community posts, community polls and things for this kind of thing on Instagram. So if you want to get in on the fun, then links below, links on screen, you know, come and join us on Instagram. So halfway through the challenge, we now had 13 items down. K for kiwi, L for lime, and M for mango entered the chat.
We're entering the second half of the alphabet now. 13 down, 13 to go. This is where it gets hard. Multiple letters that are gonna stump me. V. I don't know. V. U. U's a hard one. No, nothing springs to mind. W. Even W's hard. W. See, I can't even think of a food that begins with a W right now. What's wrong with me? Yeah, this is going to be hard. This is where the challenge begins, I think, really. Let's be real.
Despite buying some naan earlier, N ended up a decision between these two.
That one.
And I had it whilst continuing work, and honestly, YouTube is becoming more and more of a full-time job these days, which I'm doing alongside my other full-time job, so it does make it a little bit tricky to be churning these out every single week. So, you know, the more of you watch and sub, the more likely it is I can take this full-time, which means bigger and better videos. So keep those views coming.
Next up is O, and O is a little bit easy, because I happen to have some olives. The question is, how many olives constitutes enough olives to satisfy you guys? I know if I stop there, you all are just going to say, you had one olive, that don't count. Just got to eat another. Maybe another. What about another? Like, where does it end, guys? You have to eat this whole pot to keep you happy? Because I'm not doing that. Much as I love you all.
P proved more difficult.
I thought I had pitta. And I was going to be like, yeah, bit of Philadelphia on a pitta. I have pitta. Hell am I going to have for P? I'm not just going to eat the Philadelphia. I've done that with mustard. I've done that with jam. We're not. We gotta do something, right? I know you can call these gherkins, but I'm just calling it a pickle. Because, yeah. Oh, even better idea. Oh, yeah. Actually, a banging little snack.
Now, you might have thought Q would be hard.
Q is for quiche.
Not hard. Q is easy. Quiche, quavers, quail. I could go on.
Who doesn't love a good quiche? I feel like it's the first substantial thing we've had all day. I mean, not that like things like mango aren't substantial, but this feels like the first proper food, I suppose. And considering we're 7 hours in, maybe 8, I think I'm doing sodding well.
I was now 17 items in and I realised I was absolutely racing through this challenge, which just shows how amazing I am at winging things, really, and just really good at these challenges. It's almost like I should put them on the internet for people to watch. Oh wait, no, it probably just means we haven't got to the hard part yet.
This is the 4:30 PM Where's My Dinner? Half an hour early, as always, aren't you? You're a bit early, mate. I've actually got quite bad indigestion right now. I'm kind of not surprised from what I've been eating today.
Yeah, that was probably the limes, followed by the pickles, maybe the Dijon mustard. All of it, really.
Well, now it's time for R, and R means rice. You know, there are very few things in life that I would refer to as my comfort food. Rice is definitely one of them. But the second I was doing this challenge, there was never a question in my mind that R was going to be rice. And this is like a big portion of rice. I'm eating it all because if I'm struggling later, it helps the story. The thing is, after that amount of rice, I've advanced the story too much now. I don't know if I want soup, but is it about a want or is it about a need? Yeah, further inspection in the house says nothing, and I only want to go to the shop for my U, V, W, Y, X, and Z. That's not how the alphabet goes. The alphabet goes... Why am I struggling to say the alphabet? U, V, W, X, Y, Z. There you go. There you go. Got it. I'm not a 33-year-old man. I mean, I am. Don't know why I said that. I'm losing it. I'm losing it already. Don't know what I'm saying anymore. Just carry on as you are, Sam, I suppose. Have some soup.
So I had my soup that was also tomato based, so surely it would count as 2 letters, but to avoid people in the comments telling me that I was cheating, which it probably would be to be fair, I made a slice of toast too. Wait, that side's not very toasted. Ah, there we go, that's better.
There you go, S. Now I can do T.
Did anyone else used to do this when they were kids? Rip the bread up. Toast, sorry, not bread, toast. Tea. A quick roundup, and to our master list we can now add a naked bar, olives, pickles in Philadelphia, quiche, rice, soup and toast. Finished up my soup and toast that had become de-toastified and headed out for my final shop at Tesco, where I saw the cheapest petrol I'd seen in decades, so I had to do a quick top up.
U, V, W, X, Y and Z.
The trip to Tesco? Humbling experience.
Look, I've got my W. That was an easy one. My U and my V. What do you buy for you? What food begins with a U? I feel like I'm going to have to go brands instead. But even as I'm walking and thinking, I literally can't think of anything.
I went to the free from section, as everything there has weird names, so maybe there would be a U. There wasn't.
Just had the most genius idea in the world for V. We're going full on sweet mode with this one, but still no U.
U still proved elusive, and I was really struggling to make it work. And it was literally next to go in the alphabet, making it harder to carry on if we couldn't find anything.
That was needlessly stressful. We got... Why does my arm look so weird? But now U was causing issues. I could have bought some udon, but I'm not going home. So, there was none in like the sushi section, so can't do that. U fit protein strawberry drink thing. I'm calling it. This is allowed. This is my U. It's my challenge. It's kind of food, because it's like a meal replacement-y thing, isn't it? No, you know what? That's actually well good. I like that. V. I was looking for those like violet heart things, like the purple versions of love hearts, like candy love heart things. Viennese Wells. Bit of shortbread, coated in chocolate. What's not to love? That half of the alphabet. Tricky to do, but it tastes good. I'll have another because, you know, portion control and all that. Not that I'm controlling the portions doing this, but I've known what W was going to be for a while. It's a whisper. Could have done watermelon, sure. Sure I could have done watermelon. I've had so much fruit today. Allow me a little bit of something like this, you know? And besides, originally, I was going to do watermelon as my ex. A lot of people have said, in Chinese, watermelon is shigua. I'm not doing things by what they call it in a different country. Could have done zucchini for Z. I've decided not to do that. X is a little cheeky. I found these. You might say they're chewits. They are chewits. But it says extreme. And these are apparently sour. So let's go. Have chewits always been this chewy? I can proper jaw work out this. Y, lots of things you can do for Y. Yogurt, yuzu, yakisoba, a Yorkie, you know, little chocolate bars from Nestle. What about a British staple? The Yum Yum. Sorry, Tesco. Worst Yum Yum I've ever had. Not enough sugar. I grabbed Yum Yum. That's where it's at.
After that meal, if you can even call it that, we had U for U-Fit milkshake. Look, I know it sounds made up, but it's real, the name's on the bottle, it counts. V for Viennese Wells, W for Whisper, Extreme Chewits for X, and Yum Yums for Y. That just left Z. Final letter, the last bite. Zucchini was already out. I said that we wouldn't do Americanisms, but what else was there? Did I have a plan? Could I pull it off? Only one way to find out.
Could I get a Zinger burger, please, just by itself? Technically begins with a Z.
And there we go, completing our list is a Zinger burger from KFC. I had eaten something beginning with every single letter of the alphabet. My tummy is indigesting, but my alphabetical integrity is intact. Am I proud? Sure. Is this one of the greatest achievements of my life? Also sure. But I could say I'd done it, and no one can take that away from me. Maybe this would be harder if I did it with, I don't know, fast food next time.